Jackson's Lane is celebrating its 40th birthday, and we've had 4 decades of being one of the most pioneering arts venues in the whole of the country. It's been a venue for disability arts, it's been a venue for contemporary dance, for groundbreaking theatre, and now in 2015 is the country's leading venue for contemporary circus. So we're really excited to celebrate our birthday this year. The Jackson's Lane 40th birthday programme is it's a whole host of theatre, music, cabaret, but the 2 main things we commissioned 2 brand new circus productions, one which happened in the summer by the company Silver Lining called Throwback, and the one which is coming up, which is the Gandinis, which are one of the biggest circus companies in the world, arguably, with Meta, which is a really exciting new commission. We commissioned the Gandinis because they started at Jackson's Lane in the 90s. I mean, it's not the only reason we commissioned them. Mainly it's because they're one of the most exciting companies in the country. But they did actually start Meta in the 90s, where they created a piece of circus where they were destroying things on our stage. And when we spoke to them about a new commission, they said, well, great, let's finish the work 20 years later. And it's a really exciting piece of circus fused with ballet, fused with live art. And I think really sums up everything about what we do, but also about our history at the same time.
I'm Sean Gandini, and with Katiula Hokala, I run Gandini Juggling. Meta we're really excited about. We wanted to make a piece which was about making a piece. So a piece which included a sense of self-referentiality within it. And I think we've been obsessed with the notion of self-referential things right from our early shows, and there's always been a little bit of self-referentiality, but we thought it was interesting to actually have it as the main theme, that the show in a way is a thought about shows. When the company started, Gandini Juggling, we used to work with a woman called Jill Clark, who lived quite close to Jackson's Lane, and some of our early very experimental pieces were played there. In fact, I have some footage of a piece called And Other Curious Questions, which we played at Jackson's Lane. And it was a very difficult piece we played. It had actually self-referentiality already in it. What's exciting about places like Jackson's Lane, and regrettably there's very few, is to give artists the opportunity to try things and test things. I think as circus gets more ingrained into the systems, which are good and bad, then there's a pressure on young artists to produce successful pieces. And obviously we need successful pieces, but I think the ability to be able to try things and fail is so important. And to experiment and not have that pressure of deliverance. And I think Jackson's Lane is certainly providing a platform for many of the youngsters to try ideas, and certainly some of the more interesting pieces that I've seen in circus over the last few years have been at Jackson's Lane. So
I think there are a lot of artists out there working regularly now, performing their shows, securing funding, touring the country and the world, who owe that success in part to the work of Jackson's Lane.
Jackson's Lane has developed into a really important centre, not only for the community and for the arts in general, but for circus. I believe circus is a really important art form that enables people to see things that are just beyond imagination. But for young people, it's about building relationships of trust. You have to trust each other to do circus. And so many young people live in a world of social media where they do things on their own or in a virtual reality, that actually when they come together in circus, they do things that they would never imagine doing. And it builds trust, it builds community, and it builds relationships. Jackson's Lane does that brilliantly.
For me, Jackson's Lane means a lot because I really like it, and we can do games with our friends.
It's a really great place to learn new things that we don't do that much at school.
To me, Jackson's Lane is a very fun and safe environment where I get to do things that I like doing after school.
It's a great after-school club. It's a good place for children to get inspired by talents and to actually embrace their talents.
To me, Jackson's Lane is a great local venue which has great shows for children. To me, Jackson's Lane has a vast amount of companies, classes and courses where so many talented people come here to participate.
Jackson's Lane for me is a venue and outreach centre for people of all ages and backgrounds to come to a creative environment to participate and relax.
Jackson's Lane plays a very important part in the ecology of circus in London and actually for the nation.
Jackson's Lane is a nurturing home for young and emerging circus artists.
It's been really supportive, particularly for Silver Lining, to create new work and have places to take it to.
It's such a hub of support where you just get nurtured in so many different ways.
Jackson's Lane is a local community place that has been around all my life.
It means being creative together with amazing people and spending my Tuesday evenings in the greatest way possible.
For me, Jackson's Lane is fun.
Jackson's Lane is the most welcoming, safe, inclusive space I've found in London.
Jackson's Lane is a community. It's a place where I can express myself with my friends, and to me they're like family.
The building and the organisation never stops to develop, and we're not going to stop growing and developing either. We're taking more work on tour, we're making collaborations with countries like Sweden, Helsinki, Germany, Belgium. We're going to take work abroad, we're going to continue the most amazing education work that we do back here in London. We set up youth circuses all over Tottenham in North London. And that's also the homegrown stuff is really important, that as we develop as a circus venue, that our participation offer and our community work goes hand in hand with that. So we won't stop.